Allison, founder of Rockstars Rising, and I'm so excited to be here with my rockstar, my friend, my colleague, Kimberly Allen. How are you, Kimberly?
I'm great. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Kimberly Allen, I've known for many years. She's the chief mind bender is the title that she has taken for herself at Kimberly Allen Yoga and Coaching. And she's also the founder of an amazing seasonal program called Seasons of Transition. And I, for so many years, since meeting coaching 16 years ago, have known that coaching and body work, embodiment and movement are a marriage made in heaven. And I actually truly believe that coaching at its best includes movement. And so I am so in love with your mission of bringing yoga and coaching together for people. So that's what we're going to talk about. And I would love to hear first how yoga changed your life.
So many ways.
Yeah.
So many ways. So yoga, gosh, has been in my life since I was a teenager. And, off and on, like whatever. But the biggest impact I would say yoga's had on my life is in my ability to do the work that I love. It has helped me make all my decisions. So being able to have a clear head around what's going on and to be really honest with my situations and to say, is this the right decision for me, for the company, for this other person? And like just having this different mindset that helps me to just step out just a little bit out of the scenario and to make really sound, good decisions.
Okay, I'm going to pause you right there because this is not what I see most yoga studios talking about. Do yoga to make better decisions.
Yeah.
And to be clear, I've known you for a while and you've been the head of many organizations. You've led teams. I mean, you have been a leader in so many different ways. So when you say to help me make decisions, you mean like big decisions that are going to impact people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yoga is just one of those tools, right? Like we all think of it as a physical exercise.
Right.
As I'm going to go get my heart rate up and get sweaty and I'm going to get, I'm going to get that muscle burn and I'm going to feel so good. And that's great.
Right.
All part of it. But really the piece, yoga is about the energetics of the body. And it's really about working the mind. It's really helping us to change our mind around our lives.
Okay.
And to see things clearly.
Okay. So I want to understand this more. I'm a person who's been doing yoga for a while too. And at first I did
headphones on because there's a lot of noise here.
Okay.
I don't know if you can hear it, but it's very noisy in my world.
I can't hear it, but I want you to hear me.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
This is so good. Well, you just modeled like, I'm going to make a good decision for myself. I need to hear what's going on.
Yes.
So when I started doing yoga, it was like, I want to be flexible. I want to prevent back injuries and like, maybe it'll help me look better in a bathing suit. Yeah. But then I started doing it more and more and more. And now what I say to the people who support me in my life is like, I have to do yoga so that I can be sane. I for my mind. I have to do it for my mind. So you teach this to other people. Can you tell us how you incorporate yoga, like who you work with, how it helps them, maybe some examples of the difference it makes for your client?
Sure. Yeah. So through my classes and especially through Seasons of Transition, the seasonal program that I run, we cover different topics in yoga. So things like what types of things do we inherently have within us that hold us back, right? So like there's some philosophy around, and there's verbiage that we won't get into because it's more than we need. But what are the major common themes among everybody? And then how does it affect you specifically? And we dive into those things, and we explore it through guided meditations, through journaling, through conversation.
Mm.
And then we also use the yoga, physical yoga part that everyone knows and loves, to digest that information and to let it, like, sort of pull it into our body and digest it, churn it around, and process it.
Yes.
Because if it's just sitting up here, it's not helping us. We need to
That's
move
right.
it through the body, and then we start to find the clarity.
Yes. And so much
Yeah.
deeper insight. That's what I love about this idea so much, because so much of a lot of the coaching trainings or workshops I've seen, it is all about mindset and mental. And we
Right.
think the mind is from the neck up, but our whole
Yeah.
body is a mind.
Yes.
I mean, there's
Yes.
hard science behind this.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's like, let's digest it and understand it in the physical. Like,
Right.
and I know you can't go into all the depths, but is there like one, I mean, as a coach myself, I could probably guess what some of the like stories are, limiting beliefs,
Right.
but what's like an example of one that you bring to your class?
So an example is, I've worked with a lot of women who have sort of high-powered jobs, super high stress, right? And they have this message that they have to do everything,
Yes.
and that they can't take the time for themselves beyond, like, okay, proper nutrition, well, maybe enough sleep,
Right.
right? And so they're kind of falling apart, but only on the inside, because they're not going to let it show.
That's right.
And dissatisfied, right? They're dissatisfied, they're tired, but they're going to keep pushing on. And there's that part of them that is like, it's not right. This does not feel good.
Yeah.
So when I work with them, we go through this process, then they start to realize that they need to take care of themselves, because when they take care of themselves and they honor what they personally need in their lives, their own truth, those other things get easier.
That's
And
right.
they're not working so hard.
That's right. But this is
So-
so counterintuitive
Right.
in our
Right.
culture.
Yes.
In our culture.
Yes.
And I have coached myself, like so many men, women, people who will come and say, I just want to have more self-care. I need to have more yoga. And then I ask, like, why is that important to you? And once they start saying it out loud, they're like, I think better. I sleep better. I lead better. I'm kinder to my children. I make better decisions.
Right.
I feel proud of myself. And
Right.
I'm like, holy shit, how could this not be at the top of our priority list
Right.
every day?
Right.
But we wake up in a culture that says yoga's a waste of time, and we've got emails to send. We've got a to-do list to get to. You can't do yoga. What are you going to sit there and meditate? That's not productive.
Right. Yeah. So true.
It's like the most productive choice that we can make. And you also are and were a high-powered, highly driven woman leader.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was exhausted. And even though I had my yoga practice and I had that, I realized that, it wasn't serving me as much as I thought. Not the yoga, but the position. It was like, oh, this really is not what I want to do.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Right. But I realized that and started making changes and started figuring out, what is my purpose? What do I need to do?
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
No, you.
Oh, okay. Let me just say one real quick thing about the coaching piece that I do. Was we kind of alluded to, it's not just here up, it's our whole body. But the other piece of working with people is we figure out, where do things live in your body? So your stomach you have a perpetual stomach ache. What is that all about? And we can dive into that, because there are common themes among our aches and pains and, things that pop up in our body that give us clues in our life.
My
and then
TMJ?
we choose to ignore them. Yeah,
Can you
exactly.
help me with my TMJ?
I can.
I know you can. We're like you're always like,
right. Like, what are you biting down and not wanting to say?
Why are you clenching
right.
your teeth, right? It's so good. And it's just so brilliant. And I love all the metaphorical and the energetic and the digesting of it. And how long have you been teaching yoga?
Over 15 years.
15 years
Yeah.
of doing this. So you're
Yeah.
like, you're no noob, as my daughter would say. I'm not
Yeah.
a noob.
No.
But you are folding in the coaching piece. And I want to talk a little bit about seasons of transition.
Yep.
Because this is a course that you offer in alignment with the seasons.
Yeah.
And tell us about why that is important.
So, if you think about how you feel at different seasons, and everyone is a little, obviously there's individuals, but there's also, again, the common theme, like we think about fall and we think about, a lot of times school is starting, new things happen in the fall often.
Like the new year for me.
Right, exactly. And so, but at the same time, like in nature, things are starting to go to sleep.
Right.
And calm down. And so there's like this excitement and settling at the same time. So we work without those energies. Like, what do you want that's new? A lot of people want to start new things in the fall.
Yeah.
Winter time is like going inward. We want to kind of hibernate a little bit, but so what can you do with that energy of hibernation and going inside? And then spring, it's things are blossoming, things are coming back to life, and people get excited in the spring.
Yeah, and like disoriented. Like I always get disoriented in the spring. It's a little bit like I'm coming out from under a rock, right? Like
there's so much.
There's so much. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like every season brings up new challenges. And once you're in it, it's cool, but it's the transition.
Yes. Yeah. So it's really like working with the seasonal energies.
Yeah.
And also individually, like, I have a late summer birthday. So fall is naturally like a new year for me. Yeah. Someone else, it might be January is their new year.
Right.
So, there's different pieces like that, and so using the energy of the season and then moving with it, with whatever you need, whatever is, calling to you.
Okay. And in seasons of transition, is it group classes? Is it one-on-one? What does that look like?
It's all of it. So it's 8 weeks. There's one group call every week where we talk about something, a topic. And then we have a yoga class together, and that's a few days later. So we've learned something, started digesting it, processing it, and then we kind of let the yoga help that along. And then there are one-on-one sessions. So one-on-one coaching, whether it's life coaching or health coaching, or you need to vent or process something, it's one-on-one attention. So group and one-on-one.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my favorite, because then you've got the community support and other people you're learning with, but then I get to have like juicy one-on-one and go deep and tell my secrets and what's going on with my business and my relationships and my body. So good. And there's like so much going on for people right now. Just anxiety levels are through the roof. Depression is through the roof. Overwhelm is through the roof. So
all of that.
Yeah. Like this is priority number one, even though it feels like priority number one is to scroll through Facebook. Right.
Or to be inundated with, how to fix our political system or whatever. Right. And it's like, first you take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. You take care of everything else.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
First, let's take care of ourselves. Then we can take care of all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And, I think I know this about you, and I think it's clear from what you've said, but for people that are interested, don't need to be super fit, don't need to be super flexible, don't even do they need to have done a yoga class before?
No, never. No, people can come as they are. The group class where we talk about things and present information, that's all about our psychology, our mind, our behaviors. And then the yoga class is all levels. So, it's totally appropriate for everybody. Everybody can participate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is not your average yoga class, y'all. I
No,
hope
it's
is what you're getting.
gentle. Yeah, it's gentle, but still go deep, and we use rhythm. So do a lot of like rhythmic, slow, gentle movement, and it's totally accessible.
Yeah, and it's combining all this bigger stuff around coaching and what I'm learning and what's blocking me and
Right.
how can I be my most healthy, my most vibrant, my
Right.
most clear? How can I make decisions right now when everything feels so unclear?
Right. Right.
So it's not like you're gonna, it's not like these are open to the public classes, right? This is
Right. Right. It's only
program.
for people who have signed up for the program.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if people are interested, do you do conversations with them? Would you be willing
Absolutely.
to do that?
I'm
Amazing.
happy to pick up the phone and call somebody. I'm happy to email, text. People can go to my website to kind of read a little bit more.
Yeah, and I
There's a
know
lot
I'll
of
definitely
options.
share the website everywhere, but let's just say it because it's fun to say.
KimberlyAllen.net.
KimberlyAllen.net.
So easy.
So easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always say to people, this is a chance to have a free conversation with someone who's a trained coach, a yoga teacher of 15 years. The worst that happens is you have an amazing conversation.
Right.
And the best thing that happens is you're like, this is totally for me. And you put your health and well-being at the back on the top of the list, or maybe at the top of the list for the first time ever.
Right.
So that you can navigate through this season of transition. And I know we're in early October. Your fall cohort is starting October 14th.
Yep. Next week.
So this could be the best. This could be the fall in the middle of election season and everything else that's going on.
Get
where you're
through it.
I'm going to take care of myself.
Yes.
And then winter season of transition. Do you have dates for that yet?
It will be mid-January. So I don't have the exact date. It'll be mid-January. Start mid-January.
So yummy. A new year. We made it through fall.
Yeah.
The snow is coming. Winter's coming wherever you live.
Help us to get through that, that deep winter part. So if you struggle with winter, join this group. Be with other people who need to get through the winter too. Right?
Yeah. And it's all online. Is that right? So
it is all online. Yep. All through Zoom. And what's really cool. I now live up in the woods, but I have this great battery backup. So I can be online all the time.
I want to celebrate your house in the woods because I know that's a dream that you have manifested. Yeah. And I really do, Kim. I want to acknowledge all that you've done as a woman, as a leader, to just create the life of your dreams. And I appreciate how you're doing that for other people.
Thanks.
It's a beautiful thing to witness.
It's exciting.
There's one more piece I just want to check in on for people that are still watching, because you and I have been working together for a while, and I always want to normalize something for my fellow coachy, light worker, yoga magic maker people who I support, because what I hear so often is, I'm just really nervous to put myself out there. I don't have the confidence to put myself out there. And I would love just if you could share anything that you've learned or that now about just doing it, putting yourself out there.
Yeah. I'm definitely one of those people. I'm not afraid to fail, but I still not afraid to fail, but I did not know how to do it. Yeah. And I, taking your course, Rockstars Rising, and working with you in the mastermind course has been the piece that has helped me say, it's fine. You don't know what you're doing. Keep doing it and keep learning. And we keep tweaking and we just keep moving forward. And there's such great support. And, so for me, I feel like I'm not stuck anymore in the, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I feel like now I'm like, okay, I do know what to do. And I do have 15 years of experience.
So much wisdom.
Plus, right? Plus life. Everything. So why am I holding back? Right? Everybody should be so excited to hear from me.
Oh, good. Yes, right?
Yes.
That's so true.
Yes.
Well, that's so well bragged, as we like to say in Rockstars Rising. Yeah. Celebrate ourselves. And you are like a rare and beautiful unicorn for saying, I'm not afraid to fail. So you've got that on your side. So anyone who's watching, you know, we just learn by doing,
Right.
and we just put ourselves out there, and we just get support on the how. And I'm just so excited for what you're building. I've been
Thanks.
dreaming of this since I met coaching 16 years ago. We need coaching, movement, yoga together so that we can integrate the mind, body, and spirit. It's just a beautiful thing. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
for
you.
your time.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for your work. And anyone who's watching, follow Kimberly Allen on Facebook, send her a message, go to her website. She will like so happily make some time and space for a one-on-one with you. And I know you're gonna have a beautiful experience.
Thank you. And thank you to you, Meg and Joe, because Rockstar Rising has been great. And the mastermind course has been great. And while I may be willing to fail, I know there's others who are not, who are paralyzed by that. And I have watched them blossom. And that is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're doing it. Together we rise.
Yes.
All right, everybody, have a great day. Go track down Kim, move your body, get some coaching, change your life so you can serve others. Lots of love.